let's learn the Meiyadavu for the Vasanta Jatiswaram. So the Meiyadavu is an adavu which involves the torso. Mei in Tamil means the body. So you might be wondering, all the adavus are using the body, right? But what is special about the Meiyadavu is it involves mainly how the torso moves in several ways, right? So the focus is not so much on your footwork or your hand movements, but it is so much about the torso movement. So let's get started. So let me just do it once. Sa, sa, ni, da, ma, ga, re, ni, sa. Ni, sa, ga, ma, da, ni, da. Let's do the first part of this. So you have sa, sa, ni, da, ma, ga, re, ni. This is one side of it, right? So we are basically doing 3 takadimis here. The first takadimi is sa. So it is nothing but a strike, sit lower on the strike, lift yourself up to a stride. When you take a stride, when you walk, this is how you look, right? If you look at this posture, what is most beautiful about this is that you draw a line from the toe to the top of your head. So your head is not like this, but it's like this. It draws a straight line to the top of your head, right? So, tak, ka, dhim, mi. So you're the tallest you can ever get. We might think that standing straight is tall, but look at this. This is my height when I go here. This is my height because it goes here and then this torso takes a back seat. So let's just make sure that it is one straight beautiful line from the top of your head to the toe, right? So you have ta, ka, dhim, mi. Here what you're going to do is you're going to tighten your left glute, whichever leg is behind. You tighten your left glute so that your alignment is not like this, but like this. Alert and taut, right? Then you have 2 more takadimis. Tak, ka, dhim, mi. The second takadimi is you're already having the right front. What you're going to do is when you go tak, ka, if you see, I'm making it a longer line. Dhim, mi. So it's the pulling of this shoulder, pushing out of that shoulder, right? Then the third takadimi is tak, ka, dhim, mi. To Murumandi. This one, think you are collecting everything into yourself. Tak, ka, dhim, mi. I'm not doing a very elaborate movement at all, but it's just the whole attitude of saying, I take in everything. So when you do this, there's a certain amount of resistance which you're creating for your movement. Think about moving it in water. So you can never slice through water like this. Imagine if you have to work against a current. So tak, ka, dhim, mi. So that is your first part. Now the same thing on the other side. So let's try it again. Tak, ka, dhim, mi. Ta, ka, dhim, mi. Tak, ka, dhim, mi. Tak, ka, dhim, mi. Tak, ka, dhim, mi. Tak, ka, dhim, mi. If you notice, when I sit down, when I'm moving to the right, I lift the left leg when I sit with my hands going to the right. Same way, after this and this, My left hand comes and the right leg lifts up and you sit in Murumandi. This is your first part of your Meiyadavu. Now let's move to the second part. The second part is a very, very, very beautiful part, which I'll just do it once with the song. Sa, sa, ni, da, ma, ga, re, ni, sa, ni, sa, ga, ma, da, ni, da. So, now when you have, it's in Tishram, so you have ta, ki, ta, right? Ta, ki, ta. So, now for this, I think we would have worked on the shift usually for this te, te, di, te, and movements like te, yum, tat, tat, te, yum, ta. Usually it is thought about as a very feminine movement. When you do te, 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 you see that this is a very feminine, beautiful movement. But when you use it in a different way, it is absolutely the opposite, hyper masculine. How you do it is when you have ta, ki, ta, here is a shift of the same kind, only difference is you're doing to the opposite side. So when you do the shift and then you pull yourself up there. So you see, the same movement which makes you soft is the same movement on the opposite side which makes you look absolutely majestic, right? So now when you're doing the legs, you face the left front angle, ta, ki, ta, ta, ki, ta. When you go there, it's important that you put your leg lifted. And then you have ta, ki, ta, ta, ki, ta. Excepting this, the leg doesn't have any other work. And often what you see is when people want to bend so much into this Meiyadavu. If you look at me, again the idea of tallness is not about bending away, but rather pulling the hand up to form a straight line from that tip of your finger to your heel, which is on the ground. So that is your Meiyadavu. So let's just think about it once more. Ta, ki, ta, ta, ki, ta. Shift on the left, pull on the right, align with the leg. Then you have ta, ki, ta, ta. Shift on the right, pull on the left. And when you finish after the twice, you just come back to the center. Whenever you do this, going, coming, it's always with a lifted kulik, right? So the Meiyadavu in the Jatiswaram is extremely a simple and often repeated one. It has a lot of nuances which will really help you build body intelligence. Practice.